One of my interests is stamp collecting, and from time to time I acquire old envelopes which, just because of the passage of time, they've become a little bit dog-eared and tired, and rather than put them into the album or the collection as is, with my skills as a bookbinder, I'm able to use my paper repairing techniques. So as you can see, the top of the envelope's been roughly opened, or it's become very tatty in the 70 odd years since it was posted. As you see, I'm working on a piece of glass, because what I propose to do now is to moisten with some warm clean water the back of the envelope over the joint areas where the envelope was glued together at the time of it being made. The idea of this is that I can relax the paper and then open out the envelope into a flat sheet of paper as it was, and then I can see just how much paper is missing from what is needed to make it a complete item once more. So I don't know how long it'll take for the glue to soften, but we very carefully run a knife under the jointed area here. Here we are now. That's lifting quite nicely there. This is the original flap. I'm running the folder under there, and so there we are. So now that allows us to open out the envelope. Don't go away. I've got a moist cloth here. I'm just going to remove a lot of this gum arabic from the envelope. So we've got now the envelope in the open position. With a moist cloth, just lightly dab at it, and this moisture will relax the paper fibres, and this relaxing allows all the creases to come out. You then present the flap to the envelope. There's not all that much missing, it's just that it's been torn very irregularly. There's just a little bit here that might need turning out underneath there, which I can't see because the camera's in the way, but still. There we are. Every bookbinder has a stack of old paper, and here I've got a piece of old tissue from an old book, and this should be strong enough to be able to effect our repair. And I'm using a PVA adhesive. This is laid over the damaged area of the envelope, overlapping it slightly so that we've got something to trim away afterwards. Just press down firmly with our folders. This offcut here. We also have a weak area on this corner here. I'll also lay a piece of tissue over there, and then the next thing to do is just leave it for, well, it's now Friday, so I'll leave it over the weekend to dry out. Look out for the new shirt. We left off our filming last week putting the envelope we repaired between boards to dry out. But of course, with all the heat of the New Zealand summer, it is now dry, and as you can see, it's all quite stabilised now with our tissue repairs on the weaker parts and the tears. So all that remains now is for me to very carefully trim round the profile of the actual envelope and trim off the surplus reinforcing tissue. Back to its original profile, and we can hardly see the tissue repairs underneath. I take a piece of manila, which is the size of the envelope, and fold it around, and this provides a little bit of body to the item, so that when it goes into the album to be mounted on transparent photo corners, there's a bit of body there for it to hang on to. A modicum of adhesive to this bottom flap here. Dab of French chalk just to sort of neutralise any stickiness. And there we are. That's our envelope, and it looks a lot tidier than what it was before we started. And what was a 20 cent or 25 cent item will be at least worth 30 cents now.